What up, infidels? Another Dangerous Brown here with Truthy.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Good to be back. Another week, another truth. That's what we say now.
The world's really calm.
Yeah, right now.
Everything's just really calmed down lately.
Yeah, everything. You know what's funny? Everything's fine. For the first time ever in human history, everything is fine.
I think starting late 2019, the world, everything just came together.
It's just been uphill, I think, since 2019. I think you're right.
Oh, except for the inflation, the world blowing up.
To be fair, inflation is uphill. That is. But before we get into any of that, because I have to ask you this.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
You're a fucking legend.
Hey.
It's good to see you.
Young legends. Have you ever heard of Shah Rukh Khan?
No.
So Shah Rukh Khan is the most famous Bollywood actor.
Sick.
He's the most famous,
Sick.
the top dog,
Tom Cruise of Bollywood.
Yes, he's the Tom Cruise of Bollywood. That's the perfect analogy.
The guy.
Yeah. He can even though most Americans don't know him, if he had if they were Shah Rukh Khan's doing a show in Chicago, he'd sell out a theater. He's like that. He's that famous around the
Holy
world.
Shit.
Yeah, easily. But my overall point being is that my girlfriend and I I call myself Young Shah Rukh Khan. That's what she gave me.
Yeah,
so
bro.
that's what, bro. So I'm running with it.
You got it. You got the juice.
I'm running
you
with it. I
got the juice, bro. You're the nicest guy. You got the juice. You're the most talented one. All right, keep going. Keep going.
No. So my I like this hype man.
We never get to hang out, and every time I see you on the pod, I'm just I just gotta remind you, oh god damn it, you're doing so nice right now.
Damn, you know what? I am doing nice right now.
You are.
And when I really started doing this, I was living in my parents' house.
Really?
You know, I just moved back in because of the pandemic.
Okay.
Things had dried up. Because I went full-time comic a couple months before the pandemic.
Whoa.
And things had dried up completely. And I'd always say, and the longtime infidels know, out of the ashes rises a phoenix.
Are you allowed to on YouTube point at the camera and address a group of infidels? Is that the way you pointed? I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous.
There might be a reason why I'm not caught in their algorithm, but
speaking of terrorism,
I'm rising out.
Let's talk shootings.
Yes, this is what I wanted to bring up.
What are we doing, man? What's going on?
So when Highland Park happened, we were planning on doing this. Let's figure out a way this podcast could work with the two of us, right?
Yep.
And you said that you knew stuff about the Highland Park shooting.
I know too much.
You know too much?
I know too much about Highland Park.
How?
Simply put, my college longtime girlfriend lived in Highland Park.
Okay.
And I spent a lot of time there. And anyone who knows Highland Park, it was infamous to begin with. This Netflix documentary that gets made, I'm sure someone will make, about Highland Park.
Right.
Here's how it'll start. Here's what people don't know, okay?
Okay.
Here's just black and white, what people don't know about Highland Park.
Right.
People who've been there, spent time there, live there, they know that it's the richest neighborhood in Chicago.
Right.
Point blank. That part didn't really get across on social media or the news. Highland Park is the Beverly Hills of Chicago.
Okay.
Point number one.
Okay.
Point number two, and this is sad. This is horrible, but there's so many overdose deaths a year of rich kids in Highland Park.
A lot of heroin.
It's more deaths per year than gun violence in the inner city in some places.
Really?
Yeah, the teenage kids of Highland Park and the drug overdoses is an epidemic of crazy proportions.
That makes sense. There's a lot of heroin in rich communities.
It's not, dude. So many high school kids there OD'd. It's a thing. It's a known
thing.
fucking thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. And it's really sad.
Right.
So this community that has all this money has had these things happening for years along the lines of things were going wrong with the kids.
Right.
Obviously, when the shooting happened, broke my heart in 100 pieces, and I was talking to friends from there, and that community is having to finally grieve, I think, more than just this shooting, which is a lot of years of kids getting hurt in that community, bro. Horrible.
Right. Oh, so there's just an issue. I mean,
there's clearly a parenting and community issue in Highland Park. That's okay to say.
Yeah.
It should be weird. It's weird that that feels horrible coming out of the mouth.
Right.
But the truth of what I've seen in that area is that and maybe it's okay to acknowledge in our communities, there's a crisis in bringing our youth up in a group way that makes sure that, like, if kids are ODing over and over the years, that should have changed. It shouldn't have even gotten to the shooting.
Right. Okay. So you're saying
who's responsible?
Right. You're saying that the shooting is at the end is another symptom of, like, the decay of what's going on with the kids in Highland Park.
It's been a rough place, yeah.
Now my question is, are they the type of rich where both parents are, like, out of the house and the kid is, like, by themselves a lot? No. Okay.
It's interesting. It's people with more money than you could ever fathom. We're talking, like, hundreds, you know, not tens.
Yeah, okay.
Hundreds of millions.
Okay.
That kind of community. It's Chicago's, like, you know, it runs deep. So the parents are home, the families are home. The man who was a father of the child who did the shooting ran the deli. I've been to that deli a million times.
Okay.
Everyone knows these people. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's together. And it would be a really interesting thing to know, like, what has gone wrong there, because something has gone massively wrong
in the entire in the community
for a long time.
Interesting. I wonder though, are all, like, overly rich places like this? I mean, I grew up in Santa Clara County, and that's, like, the height of Silicon Valley. My elementary school was connected to Apple headquarters. Like, that's where I grew up. And we would have these things in our areas called suicide clusters, where a bunch of kids would just kill themselves.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, at a time, like,
suicide
clusters. That's what they were called. Like, I remember there was I want to say there was one year where there were 3 separate kids that jumped in front of a train. I know that multiple kids jumped in front of a train in one year, and it happens a lot.
Jesus.
Now, at least in our area is like 90% Asian, so they kill themselves and not other people with them because we're polite.
Oh
but
my god, you gotta laugh out of that. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, so there was.
Yeah.
I say that, and then Virginia Tech was an Asian kid. So what the fuck?
Yeah, god, was that a freestyle?
I've had that
joke.
I have that. I've had that thought before.
Bro, that's
like,
why are we not fucking write that one
down? Why are we not doing? But I do think like
that's horrible though.
There is, like, I think Seinfeld said it on his episode of Talking. Comedians in Cars with Kevin Hart. He said when he was young, he was like, I'm poor and that feels bad, so let me be rich. And now his kids are like, I'm not poor, so why do I still feel bad? I don't know. There is some, like, this interesting thing with rich neighborhoods where it feels like... I think
it's the entitlement. What you stumbled on is, like, the truth, which is the entitlement, is what the feeling is, I'm rich. I should feel good.
I should feel good.
I don't.
Because that's not what humanity is
But it's
about.
everyone else's fault.
Right.
Here's the thing, is when you're rich, you don't end up putting in the self-work it takes to make it. And so they never... Imagine you have $1 million.
Right.
Or you think you do whatever. You don't grow as a person because you aren't worried about making your way in the world.
Right. Okay.
I think that's what happens.
And then you sort of these attributes that make you better as a person, you feel like you should already have without working on it.
You don't have to earn it.
You don't have to earn it.
And guess what? And it's like these guys who do this are narcissists, sociopaths, psychotics.
Right.
But they expect the world to be given to them. But then you put the money thing on top and it multiplies it by 2.
Right.
It's people who the world is not reflecting what they want to get from it, and that makes them. It's like the Putin thing is.
Right.
If the world wants to move on without me, I won't let it move on.
I will.
Like
I will make a
bitches, mark. That's a horrible. People who do that are honestly fucked. But Highland Park is having to, like, take a look at itself right now, and I don't think people understand how far back just all those issues go there.
Yeah, I do wonder in stuff like these. Are these communities looking at themselves really? Like, I don't know. I have not.
Highland Park is grieving. What I can tell you.
Okay, yeah.
That community, because it was like a known person's child, because there were the songs he put out that said he was gonna do this.
Right. That's
people aren't holding them close enough to the fire, in my opinion. It's like he made songs that basically said, like, I'm gonna shoot people. Okay.
Right.
He's also psychotic and doing assaulty things, and then the dad buys him the gun.
Right.
At what point is it okay to say, maybe at some point after your kid makes a rap
parents
song
failed
about
here.
shooting
Yeah.
people, you don't buy them an AR?
Right.
If you live in rural Chicago.
Yeah, or anywhere. Because that's the number
Your
one.
white community,
Yeah.
it's happening to your kids. Take
Yeah.
a look,
Yeah.
shouldn't you be on alert for
Right.
kids making rap songs about shooting people?
Right, and it's like, you know what's crazy is I've taken so much active shooter training from when I was in school, because we started doing active shooter drills in 6th grade.
Fuck.
So from 6th grade to I had a job up until I was 28 where we would do active shooter training. And the number one thing they tell you is that they almost always say that they're gonna do it. I say almost because I think the Las Vegas shooter never
Facts.
did, which was like
Facts.
makes him a super mystery. But
Facts.
usually 99% of the time they tell you, the people who do it tell you they're gonna do it. They said the same thing about the fucking shooter at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas or whatever,
Yeah.
the one in Florida. They said that everyone was like he was weird on Instagram and no one was surprised.
No one brings it up.
Yeah,
If I see it, I'm gonna bring it up. I
Well,
don't see it in anyone I know because
Right.
I'm older. If you're in high school and
You
someone
hear
is
it.
that-
Someone's got to know. Someone's got to know.
Well, the thing is I think people do know, and then
Right.
our system just does nothing to fix the problem.
Well, yeah, because
Some of
like,
these kids meet with cops.
Right. Well, but it's also like it is this like you like, well, if they haven't committed a crime, what can you really
What do you
do?
do?
What can you do?
You
know?
cannot buy your kid.
You
an
cannot buy.
AR-15.
You cannot buy the
Yeah.
gun. There's gotta be some sort of like, bro. If there's gotta be some kind
That
of.
one
I
was
don't know.
easy. The
Yeah.
Highland Park one was like, guys, the songs, the history, the dad buying the AR. At a certain point, the dad needs to just be like, I fucked up. Other parents should learn from this. If you pay attention to the things your kids are saying online. I don't know.
I think the dad.
I don't
I think the
know.
dad should be brought up on criminal charges. I really do. It's like if we're not gonna stop this at the
At the dad level.
Well, no. If we have stopped this at the like, look, we're not gonna stop like mentally deranged and clearly people in a very middle of a very public psychotic break. If we're not going to stop them from getting guns, then we have to punish the people who supply those people guns.
Sure. That's actually a fair point.
You know what I mean? Like if we're not,
He was knowingly giving
he
it
was
to a
knowingly
crazy person.
giving it to a person who said that he was going to shoot people.
Yeah.
Like if there's not
and who
going to
has
be a
been
list,
arrested, I think, for like prior
Right.
assault type things.
right? And so if there's not going to be a list of being like, well, these people clearly can't buy
joke.
guns. Because like that's what I think a lot of the Second Amendment people don't get is like we're not saying I'm like at least for me I'm not a big like no take everyone's guns away. I'm not like that guy. I'm just saying look,
Not at all.
there's clearly people who shouldn't have guns. You know how there's clearly people
You know where
who,
I'm going to take it?
you know
There
who-
shouldn't be white kids
Yeah.
who make rap songs about doing mass shootings. If that's your child, don't buy them a gun.
Sure.
Can I at least say that?
Yeah,
Is that
sure,
okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Any
okay.
race of kid. It doesn't have to be white.
Yeah.
Any race of kid. That's
If they're
doing
talking
that,
about committing mass shootings and you're
they
their
don't need
dad,
a gun. They don't need a gun.
they don't need a gun.
They don't need a gun. They don't need a gun. You know how there's some
Take
people
them to a baseball game.
right? Yeah. Hey, talk to them. yeah. Unplug their internet for a little bit and tell them to take a walk. You know what I
Anything.
mean? Like, that's-
anything but buying them a gun.
Yeah. Anything but buying and to fill out their weird internet fantasies. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. You know how some people shouldn't drive? Yeah. Some people shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah.
You see a blind person driving, are you like, this is fucking right? No, you're like, get
No.
off the fucking road, you crazy person.
That's a good analogy.
You crazy person. So if some guy is on Twitter or on his on his personal Facebook, not even like some burner account with no profile picture.
That's what I'm saying.
just
All these
his-
pictures
yeah,
are from Highland Park. It's like
yeah,
his Facebook.
his personal social media, and he's like, gonna fucking kill everybody when I have a chance. Maybe that guy doesn't need a gun. Or
No.
maybe I'm wrong. maybe.
But from
maybe
here-
that's what our
here
founding
they-
fathers wanted. Maybe the founding fathers hear that story and be like, that guy has to get a gun.
Yeah, they'd be like, him too. But what's going to happen is we will, as a society, come to terms with what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will monitor people's social medias more closely.
Right.
And then we
And
will
then-
be ushering in the surveillance state.
Right. And then
So-
we'll just find and then our government will find some way to make
Yeah.
to like fuck over black people.
It's going to be
Like,
worse
it's really-
after we fix this problem. I
There's-
promise you.
There's-
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. It's going to get
always
worse.
It's hey, it's you know what I realized about life? It's never like good.
What
unless
if we
you're-
look back and be like, oh, man, remember like 2022? Like things were, we're
Yeah.
gonna go back.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll definitely look like that. But I
Fuck.
mean, you're like life is never overall good. Like your personal, like my personal life is good. I
Okay.
love my life, but but like the amount of children needed to make this to make my life good. You know what I mean? Like the overall sum of human suffering, I feel like is always
If
more
we
than
really
the
took a
overall
look at
good.
it, we would all probably behave very differently. This is a whole episode. This is a whole episode, bro. This is getting deep.
Yeah, but
You're
like
right though.
yeah.
We should take a closer look. That's like a good segue to China. our sweet mama
Right.
Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
It's all about the supply chain, man. Everything, our whole lives are dominated by one thing,
Right.
and it's like how do people make that
How
for
do people,
us?
yeah. How do people get this going?
That's what's happening.
Yeah. I am very curious as to why Pelosi went to Taiwan. Now, I look, I like to say that I'm a normal guy. I only read headlines and I form
Yeah.
my opinions based on the headlines that are given to me, right? So all I know is that she's going to Taiwan.
It feels like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Feels a little Super Bowl-y.
Yeah, it's very huge. She's going to Taiwan, and China was like, "We'll shoot you down," and this is kind of like an act of war, and she still went to Taiwan. But my question is,
It was like a press conference for a UFC fight.
yeah. Her and Xi Jinping or whatever are just standing, just looking at each other,
Telling each other what they're gonna do to
yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah, both of them hoping they made weight.
I'm gonna shoot you down. I'm gonna go study on some, chip factories.
Yeah. So, yeah. This is definitely the chip factories are involved somehow.
She's there
I
to
know
look
that.
at the companies that are making the chips for the iPhones.
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. Okay, that makes a little more sense because I thought she was like, because China seems like they're on their way to invading Taiwan. That's what it feels like, and like
No, this is way funnier than that. This is Pelosi. Joe Biden told her not to go.
Right.
The U.S. Army told her not to go.
Well, she did, and she did the smart thing, and she didn't listen to Joe Biden. That's the smartest thing you
Yeah.
can do in politics.
Yeah.
Whatever Joe Biden tells you to do, you do the
Do
opposite.
the opposite, and you're
You
gonna
do
be
the
good.
opposite.
Yeah. You don't want to.
Because I know Mitch McConnell even was like, "We applaud Pelosi for doing
Yeah.
this. It was a good move." I don't know.
That's what I'm saying is like in the end, the irony is that like Pelosi,
Mm-hmm.
who has been a like whirling dervish of like slurring words,
Yeah.
trading stocks sloppily.
Right.
Here's what in her like weird. I feel like this is some sort of like fucking Judd Apatow movie where like
Right.
somehow Nancy Pelosi, as this like creature of a human being, let's be honest, she's a ridiculous human,
Right.
decided to fly to Taiwan. Probably she shouldn't have.
Right.
But she's so crazy that it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It was Sometimes you gotta out crazy them, and
Sometimes you gotta out crazy. She out crazied Xi Jinping.
yeah.
She's like, for no reason.
hey, China. Do you think you're insane? Hey, we're also insane.
She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the pills too. Okay,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. She's going to see the chips.
Yeah.
That makes sense because, bro, I thought because it looks like China's trying to invade Taiwan. It does feel like that, right? And so I thought she was going there to be like, chin up. You know what I mean? Like, good luck out there. Like Taiwan. If China truly decides to invade, Taiwan has no chance, right? There's no way Taiwan has a chance.
I think dude, honestly, I hate even thinking about that. That to me, like before the Ukraine invasion happened,
Mm-hmm.
my mind couldn't go to such a dark place that I was
Right.
like, oh, it'll be this bad. It was like 100 times worse than I could predict.
Right.
So I look at Taiwan and I feel like if something happened, it would be like whatever you and I could come up with, multiply it by 100, bro.
Right. Oh, I mean, they're gonna run over Taiwan. There's no way they're not
If
gonna.
Apple stock goes down 80% in a day,
Mhm.
what happens to the U.S. economy?
Well,
Answer that. That's the question.
Well,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but here's the issue with like any sort of like big acts of war now. It affects the global economy. It's
Bingo.
like nothing like it's not like it's not like it's strategic for China to be like, well, if let's say we somehow tank Apple or let's say we're able to tank the US economy. Well, if the US economy tanks, the Chinese economy tanks. No one's buying their stuff.
So here's the bad news.
Right.
You're correct. Mutually assured destruction
Right.
is what kept this hoe together.
Right. But do you think
now,
China's
their
gonna be-
economy already failed. Their economy right now is think about this.
Mm-hmm.
China today is not the China we grew up with.
Okay.
They
I
have
don't really know the
a full-on authoritarian regime.
Yes. Okay. No, I will say this. I
wasn't
feel
like
like
that
China's
20 years
I feel
ago.
like China's always been authoritarian.
No, it had no. What's
Well,
happening now?
What do you call like Tiananmen Square? They crushed that with tanks.
You're right. No, I'm saying like mid 2000s, it
Okay.
calmed down a little bit.
Okay.
But cyber spying on people
Mm-hmm.
and their economy right now, the real estate
Mm-hmm.
industry, it's not that complicated. They sold houses that didn't exist and they're not getting built successfully, and everyone kind of like lost all their money. The banks
Mm-hmm.
are insolvent. China economically, like right now, is failing, which is why they have nothing to lose if they take Taiwan.
Right.
The economy is already like at its low. I don't know.
Right. Okay. I did not know that about China.
Yeah,
That the economy's failing.
this is to distract.
Well, hey, as the Earth dies, everyone's economy is gonna fail. Like everyone around the world is like, what do you do to fix the economy? What do you do to fix the economy? Hey, if the thing that is giving us natural resources dies, then there's no economy for everybody. The real answer is to invest in the Earth, and that's any country that does that will actually improve their economy
Yeah.
if they become a sustainable place to live.
Totally,
Like it's so
totally.
clear. But like these old dinosaurs are thinking like, oh, what do we gotta invent? What do we gotta create? What do we gotta like? It's like, no, you gotta save right now.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But
I think that's a very clip that shit. Yeah.
right. Like it's like
Invest in your people.
invest in your home.
Yeah.
Imagine if you bought a house and it was on fire, and half the people in the house were like, it's not on fire. Science is a hoax. You'd be like, no. The house is on fire.
Yeah.
The house is not. I'm not. This is because people like to say, oh, the science is all weird because of like COVID. Like, no, the COVID shit. There's a lot of fishy shit about COVID. There's a lot of shit about COVID that you're like, what's real, what's fake. Even as someone who likes science is like, I took the vaccine and even now I'm like, should I have? You know what I mean? Like there is COVID is a very big gray area. No, the Earth is on fire. The Earth is heating up. Like that is not COVID.
That's not debatable,
Those
yeah.
are two separate things.
Yeah.
Those are two absolutely separate things.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but like that's what it is. It's like your
Another
house
thing that also-
your house is on fire, and you're like, well, what do we got to do to make the lights work? It's like, bro, the house is on fire.
Yeah. You might want to.
The economy is not going to matter if your house is burned down.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Deal with the fire, and like I think, but I know
The leaders
nothing.
of today will not be the leaders of tomorrow.
No.
And that's just how it always goes.
Right.
We're in a cycle. Imagine the world like in 1920.
Right.
It's 2020. Like you can feel the 100-year cycle coming back into
Right.
like bits of chaos. It'll pass.
Right.
Younger leaders, clean energy. You and I, the next 20 years are gonna suck.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah. Hey, out of the ashes rises a phoenix.
World,
out of the
Great
ashes-
Depression, World War I, World War II, 70s were kind of fun.
Yeah, 50s,
After we got over
60s,
Vietnam,
70s were pretty dope.
Pretty fun. 80s and 90s and 2000s.
Oh, we're a fever
my.
dream. The
Roll the
90s,
clips.
The 90s were a fever dream. Bro,
The Baha Men?
bro, you know what I can't wait? I can't wait.
Cisco?
No, dude, this is what I can't wait for. I can't wait till like 40 years from now. I'm showing my grandkids like a mid 90s Gushers commercial, and to watch their mind be like, people used to have this much excess,
Yeah.
like just the house.
Are those jellied crickets?
Yeah. They would look at a house and be like, no one's fighting for water in this commercial. In fact, there's so much excess water that their heads are exploding.
Where
in
are the
this
marauders?
water- Yeah. Their heads are exploding in these watery juices. Like that's how much water they had that
Yeah.
it was fun to just waste it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I cannot wait for that.
Dude, that's wild.
But yeah, hey Pelosi, check on those chips. I'm sure.
Dude, she stumbled into like a beautiful full. I mean, I was already trying to write content about the ridiculousness of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Reality, Elon Musk is right. Irony
Right.
is the only outcome. This is the most
Right.
ironic outcome to World War III. It was stopped by Nancy Pelosi, who might have been fucked up at the time,
Definitely
going to
fucked up.
Taiwan
Right.
against everyone's recommendation.
Yeah. But
Applause to you. I love her.
Yeah.
Like she to me is like the new like she's like Lindsay Lohan 2.0. Like this is the Parent Trap in real life.
Well, don't forget, she's still mostly a human piece of garbage. Like she just pulled a badass move.
She's not a real person.
Well, she's not. Well, no one in politics is a real person.
She's just
she
on
pulled a good
one.
move.
Like
what this is what I thought. This is what I feel has been interesting to me is that this is some weird topsy turvy shit where like my entire life Republicans have been amazing at politics.
Facts.
They've been amazing at politics. They've gotten 2 presidents in my lifetime elected who didn't win the popular vote. You don't do that unless you're good at the game.
Yeah.
The Republicans have been great at the game. And then something happened within this last year where all of a sudden they started being bad. Like to ban abortion during an election year when you own the Supreme Court. You could have just done that in 2023.
Yeah.
There was no reason for you to do that now. And the Republicans who, before the abortion ban, were poised to run the table on the midterms, now they're like, oh, the Democrats are making waves. Like, what? Joe Biden, and this comes from a guy that hates Trump. Joe Biden is the worst president I've had in my lifetime. I think the man is dead. That is a dead human being as our president.
He's definitely not doing a great job.
Wait. You guys, but they're losing steam going into midterms with this guy as president. When did the Republican Party become bad at politics?
Just handed it to the Democrats.
Yeah, why?
Every woman you and I know
Yeah.
is voting against the Republicans from here on out.
Yeah, for at least a while. And then when they blocked the passage of the you know how recently they blocked the passage of like getting vets health care who like had to be around burn pits, they banned that. Yeah. Which is stuff they've been always.
That's friends of mine.
Right.
I have friends of mine, and all of their friends in the army have been dying from lung cancer.
Right, but
this bill was for them, dude.
Overall point is Republicans have been doing that forever, right? But then the optics of it, they'd fist bumped afterwards, and they did that. It's like when did they become this bad at optics?
They're horrible.
That's so crazy. But they've always been good at politics.
I think people just kind of got smarter. Before the
internet, I think they got dumber.
Think they got dumber?
I think they got dumber. There is no reason for them to ban abortion in an election year.
Or ever, because
no.
I think you have to be stupid to ban it and not give women like autonomy over just their medical choices. Like leaving that up to the government. Mm-hmm. If your Republicans say by the book they want less government, but then why should the government be making laws about like not only like what women do with their bodies, but like drugs and stuff? Like keep the government out of our lives. I believe in the good of people.
Well, this is the ultimate paradox to me of the Republicans is that like they say to be small government, right? And clearly they're not. Yeah. Clearly they're not. And you know why I know they're not too is, bro, I have felt so unheard and unlistened to and by the Democrats. Like I used to be, growing up I was like Democrat, and now I'm like I don't like the Democrats at all.
Yeah.
And I would like to go to a party that would be like, oh, let's have the government have a little less say in our personal lives, and that just doesn't exist.
It's gonna exist.
Just does because the party that says they do that is all of a sudden like women, if they're 10 and are raped, should follow what I think, and it's like, whoa, why do you believe that? That's crazy shit. That's crazy.
That's going down in history as one of the low points of humanity. Is
not even close. There's so many lower points in humanity.
I don't know, bro.
Vanilla Ice.
Denying a 10-year-old.
Vanilla Ice stuff.
You are too good, bro. At comedy.
Yo,
Vanilla
clearly stole that Queen beat and got away with it. Low point.
Low point.
Low point.
Low point. Nick Carter, low point. Aaron Carter, high point.
High point.
That's my guy. That's my guy. Oh shit. So. All right, we need to segue into the Beyonce album. I think.
Okay.
It might be time for that.
Okay. Now, I'm not a very much listen to new album type person.
I don't think anyone is.
No.
I think I might be the only person who listens to the full album.
There's some people. My friend Derek, who I ran our show with.
Yeah.
Who I ran our show with. He's we'll talk about that later. He's
Is this the show of Vulcan?
Yeah, the show of Vulcan. I run it with Derek. He listened. That's why I listened to it, because he was into the Beyonce album. And
nice. I like him already.
Yeah. What was good? Like, I'm not a big music listener, but like it had me. And what's so dope about Beyonce, like, Do you know, like, it's so hard because, like, how long has that? When did Destiny's Child come out? When did Destiny's Child come out?
Destiny's Child was like early 2000s.
Wasn't it late 90s?
Might be late
Okay,
90s.
let's just say 98.
Yeah.
Let's just say 98. So either way, what's so impressive about Beyonce? It's so hard to be great at anything for over 20 years. For over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron is entering season 19, 20 or something like that, and minds are blown that LeBron is playing at the level that he's playing. He's playing at LeBron level still, and that blows people's minds.
Yeah.
So the fact that Beyonce's also been doing it for that level for that long is unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. A 20+ year peak is insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And she can sing.
And she was in Goldmember.
She can dance.
She can act. She's just been like keeping us waiting.
Yeah.
She's talented as she's one of the best performers on earth.
Still super hot.
That's
incredible.
Oh my God.
If anyone with no talent stayed that hot for that long, I'd be like, that's impressive. You really worked on that. But to do that and also sing and dance is like insane.
She's disciplined with her training. Like when you see her live, I've gone to see her live multiple times.
Right.
And I've been up close at like because when I'm performing, I don't know if you do this for comedy.
Right.
Before I go on tour, I go spend money going front row to like Kendrick, Timberlake, Beyonce. Before I go on tour, I need to see up close what it takes.
Okay.
Beyonce is the #1 show on earth in terms of what it takes to complete a performance. I would compare it to like old Michael Jackson.
Okay.
A Beyonce show is the single greatest performance on earth, in my opinion.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. She is that level of iconic and just of like.
No one's close.
Yeah.
No one's even in second place when it comes to a live show. Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, and then her fans are called the Beehive and she's the Queen Bee. That's fire. That's fire to have a dope fan name. That's fire.
I'm happy for her fans because they're all freaking out at how good the album is, and I'm a music freak. Like the album is my favorite album I've heard in years.
Okay, it's like that,
bro. In 3 weeks, everyone will be talking about it.
Okay,
everyone.
Okay,
she's gonna have at least 5 #1s on there. Like people don't believe it because yes, her fans are so like excitable.
Right.
But the album she just dropped is crazy. It's crazy.
Her fans are crazy on Twitter. It's like, hey, relax. Yeah. Hey, she don't know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you brought the energy you bring to defending her around her, she'd be like, that person needs to not be around me.
I don't know, but that's why she's so sweet. She's all about female empowerment. To the left.
No, I'm not saying she's not about female empowerment.
She's so sweet. She's a Houston girl. I don't think she has a judgmental, but I think any fan, I think that's why people love her, bro, is they can tell her energy oozes through the art where like I think she's very accepting. I think she lets people be themselves, which is why people love Beyonce art. Like I don't think she would judge her fans for a second, bro. Like if they came up to her excited in any moment, I imagine she's just like nice as fuck. It's Beyonce.
Right.
It's not Ariana Grande like just pissing on her fans.
Did she do that?
No, she licked a donut though.
Oh, wait, what does that mean?
She licked a donut and put it back in the case at like a donut shop.
Oh, that's weird.
It's on camera. Yeah, I don't know. She was young. It's fine.
They're not people. Bro, I've seen Ariana Grande in person.
Yeah.
And she looks like a doll. It's like at a certain point, it's like being a pop star. I felt like Dua Lipa was the same way when I saw her. It's just
Dua Lipa's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love. I love Dua Lipa.
Real. She doesn't look real.
They don't look real. They look like, dude.
Because their bodies are like they work out for a job, bro.
They work out for a job, but also they're what they have access to and making their body look good is so next level that it feels unhuman.
Like you and I, like your knee right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But those jeans make you look ridiculous. Like no one has knees like you, bro.
No one has knees like me.
No one's got knees like you.
But like even then, it's like they're using some kind of. My friend Sam, we call it the baby's blood. Like that's why
they're
look,
drinking the baby.
They're or rubbing it on their face, like because you've been around celebrity, and they glow.
They do.
They glow. Celebrities glow. It is the strangest thing. Like.
A lot of them are very disciplined.
Right. Like.
with their regimes. Like they do a lot. That's why they're celebrities.
Right.
Like the Paul brothers,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Every night they've got like their retainers in. They've got their whiteners. Like they take care of all of their shit because they know. I think smart celebrities know that it's your bread.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I'm the kind of guy where like I'm not so driven that I ever want to be at that level.
Right.
People who actually get to that level, usually it's because they want it,
Mm-hmm.
and usually they take tons of like precautions to make sure they have the best shot at like being a celebrity. Like that's their bread. That's what they care about.
Right, and your face and everything matters so much, and your body matters so much. Yeah, so it is like it's so funny when like, I guess because I've been around a lot of celebrities now that like I don't think I could really confuse a regular person for a celebrity.
Like Post Malone's a nice guy. He doesn't have a glow. He drinks beer. He doesn't
Right.
jog. Like no
Well-
glow, but the sweetest man on
Well,
earth. Like
yeah, well,
you don't have to.
You don't have to. Well,
you don't have to do that
It also
shit.
depends on what you're like. Like I bet you as the more famous Post Malone gets, the more glowy he gets. You know who's gonna have a glow real soon?
Who?
If he doesn't already, Jack Harlow.
I've known that guy for a long time.
Jack Harlow's gonna have a glow soon. He's blowing up. He don't drink. He drinks water.
He's the nicest dude, man.
Yeah,
He's been. I used to play shows with him in St. John.
that's
To, like-
St. John. I know St. John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a TikTok song that was viral.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, those are the homies, and they've been playing shows like this. They performed in front of 5 people
Mhm.
the same way they perform in front of stadiums.
It's big. That's key.
It's cool that they never really needed a fan base to be themselves, and so like you said, they're very like
Mhm.
comfortable.
Right, but he gonna have a glow soon if he doesn't already. I think he's gonna reach that next level.
He's one of those nice guys though, where he's just being him. He doesn't need a glow.
That's
That's why we love Jack Harlow. He's a regular dude.
eventually, if you're in the machine long enough, they get you.
I don't know. I think he sees I think his generation. I think Jack realizes
Well,
you don't have to.
I
Just like you, bro.
Yeah, I
You're
will say this.
hilarious. Doesn't matter what you look like.
I will say this. It's like, it is less like you don't have to be caught up in like the entertainment machine to entertain people anymore.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
you can just reach people directly.
Yeah.
So that does change the fact. Like people like Ariana Grande is in the machine.
Yeah.
She's in the Hollywood. She was a child actor. She was in a very famous Disney show. Now she's a super famous singer.
People write songs for her.
People write songs.
It's
You know
a
what?
whole industry behind her.
There's a
making
whole
her
industry behind
songs.
her. Yeah. So it's like that's what I mean. It feels like she was been made by a corporation.
Yeah,
She
can
has
just
that feel to
sing.
her.
She's the best singer in the room, man. That girl can sing. That
Yeah.
girl can just. Ariana Grande. The reason I'm like totally down with everything she does is because she actually is like one of the best singers.
Well, I mean that's the thing
Pretty
is
dope.
when you're one of the best, the you don't have to break in like you have to break in, but once you break in and you're actually the best,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
they will until it's time to tear you down.
Beyonce
That's the
on
problem
her
with the
new
machine.
album,
Mhm.
she said there's a line in one of her songs. On Beyonce's new album, she alludes to like she's never spoken like this openly. I think she must have written a lot of this, but she basically said like this song only sounds good because I'm the one singing it, which I think is true because people like think it's so easy, but like Beyonce's the only person in the world who cuts these records like this, and if
Right.
someone else could do it, they would be doing it.
Right. Yeah, if someone else could be Beyonce, they'd be Beyonce.
No one's even fucking close. The way that woman cuts to me now,
Right.
she's making me so happy with this album. I'm just like happy and grateful to be alive when she's like giving us this kind of shit, man.
She got
So good.
the You Won't Break My Soul, that one.
Break my soul.
Dude, that shit is
You won't break my
next level. I don't think we can
soul.
play it.
Ugh, I want to play it so bad.
I know. I don't think that I'm pretty sure we can't do. That I'm pretty sure.
But it's really good. Go
Yeah.
listen to it.
Yeah.
Infidels, go listen to
yeah,
it.
infidels. Hey, we're part of the Beehive now.
Beehive Infidels collab.
Yeah, Beehive infidels crossover.
That's what
If someone, you know what someone should do? Does the Beehive have like if the Beehive has a logo? Can someone give me the logo but with a hijab over it?
Yeah.
and that's what we should do. It should, just to know that the infidels, we are on the Beehive. What's up? Did the camera go out?
No, we got it.
We got it. All right. All right. Just making sure. Okay, I see what you're doing. Just starting it over again, just in case.
It might have gone out for a little bit.
Okay. Which one? The top one?
Maybe both of them.
Oh, maybe both of them. Hey, this happens. Figuring it out.
This is a break. I'm checking.
Yeah. You know what? I'll bring over. At least my camera isn't as good, but I have. You know what is it because of batteries or is it because of how it is like memory card wise?
I don't know this one what it was.
Okay.
I'm checking it right now.
Okay. We could also just one day just get someone in here and tell us how to do it. That also good. But the top one's working right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Infidels Beehive collab. That's the overall point that we're trying to say. Is that yeah, it's impressive that she has been going on for this long. It really is. It really is. But yeah. You know what I'll do next time? I'll bring my camera as a third camera as a backup. That one's always going. That way, we'll always have coverage in some way.
This is great. We probably got like almost all of it.
Almost all of it. Oh, that's dope. All right.
The best parts. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What?
We're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Hey, the best parts we got. If not, hey, Infidels, you know what it is. We're doing it live, baby.
I think the podcast has been like so good up to this point.
Yeah.
that anyone who's listening, like, they're still with us.
Yeah. That's a fair point. I have been enjoying it.
It's a formal apology to the infidels.
Yeah. They get mad. You should see what they're like when they're mad.
Activate. Infidels, please don't activate.
Please don't activate. I used to always say to at the beginning, the sleeper cell is small but growing. There's
Oh
so
my
many
God.
reasons why I'm not in the algorithm. I can't.
You're gonna make your own algorithm
Yeah,
out of
eventually.
your comedy.
Yeah, eventually the hope is that someone find like enough. Like my best chance is word of mouth.
Can I be
Over-
honest about your comedy for a
Yes.
second?
Yes.
I think one of the reasons it's working out
Mhm.
is because like the whole industry has been like muffled or muzzled the last few years, and you are someone who's like genuinely like the way that you've been given this talent to be fearless is at the time when it's like there's so many comedy fans out there.
Right.
We've been deprived of like good comedy for a minute because people were scared, and so now like you're able to come with like is why it's working out so quickly for you. Like people love your style of comedy. Bro.
Right. Yeah. It is very much like and I showed you the video I'm gonna post eventually. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't want to say it what it is because that's how crazy it is. It's fucking crazy.
This guy's vault is deep.
Yeah.
Comedians are gonna have to step up your game. That's all I'm saying.
I'll post that. I'll post that eventually. But it is to me there's only one way to be, and my humor comes from like it's funny to say the wrong thing. That's kind of what everyone's thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like it's funny to just sometimes say the truth. Like the one line earlier, the amount of kids needed to make this to make my day happy.
Yeah.
Is like the overall human suffering is worse. It's like that's a funny thing to say because it's true and no one likes to say it.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. That's why I just like being like, no, this is what it really is. Let's talk about it. Let's make these 9/11 jokes. Let's make
Yeah. That's an interesting take that like you're actually comfortable talking about these topics, so you're comfortable making jokes about them. Because even I'm really uncomfortable like talking about certain topics, but I think that's why fans connect with your comedy because
Right.
like that's where it gets emotional. Is like there's all these things we can't talk about, but comedians like you like. You're like, no, we could maybe talk about it.
we should talk about
That's
it.
good for the world, right?
You know what's funny? Whenever I talk about on stage, like all the the fucking slavery it takes to make our phones, everyone always looks at me like I'm the bad guy, and it's like, why am I the
so
bad guy here?
weird.
Yeah, I don't own the slaves.
That's like when
we
the
own
world
the
is
slaves.
turning
we
into,
own
like-
if you're watching this right now, if we clip this
If
on
you're
TikTok,
uncomfortable acknowledging who made your iPhone, like
Yeah.
you have fucking problems.
yeah, it's like that's what it is. That's what it is. Accept it.
a
Accept it.
fact.
We own the slaves, not me. It's a part of it, and
Tim Apple.
Yeah. Whoever, yeah. I mean, obviously the corporations own the slaves, but like
But that's an interesting take.
we make them that
People
fat.
buy Apple stock.
Yeah, of course we buy Apple stock. No one's buying a mom and pop phone. It may be because you know why? A mom and pop phone would cost like $13,000, and you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. The math is the kid slaves in China equals phone, and we can ignore it, and then we can pretend that anyone who brings it up is a bad guy. It's far enough away that we can pretend they're a bad guy.
That's a good point, though. A lot of the topics you bring up
Mm-hmm.
when you circle back on why they're taboo, you go like, we should be. It makes you just like question life. That's why your comedy's so groovy. You're like this. It takes you on this like drug trip to listen to your comedy.
Yeah, I mean, this is very complimentary, and I'm still working on my comedy, but you should come out and see me. August 28th, solid comedy show.
Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan.
Dude, you have like a comedy scene budding at Vulcan, bro.
Yeah, dude. Dude, this is how I knew our show was. There was something special about our show, bro. Just the first. We get up there. We do this whole music bit. You know what I mean? Like, we have an entrance. We cut the lights. We have a song playing. They have Vulcan's EDM stage. We had them play the stage light as we walk. You know what I mean? We're like, hey, these people paid a lot of money to be at our show. Tickets were not cheap for our show. They were not.
Shout out to Kino running sound.
Yeah. Shout out to Kino.
Shout out to Kino.
They were not cheap, so we're like, hey, let's give them a show. And, bro, we walk up there. The lights come on. And, in the front row is just some guy with a blow-up doll. Just a guy with a blow-up doll. So check this out. He had bought seats. He had bought seats for like him and a date, and he said he asked a bunch of women, and they all said no. So he brought the blow-up doll, which is like, bro, that explains a lot right there. It's very clear as to why no women said yes to you.
Yeah.
But
which came first?
Yeah, the women or the blow-up doll. Did you really ask the women, or were you
Did
like?
Did he buy it on the way? He probably had one.
He definitely had one. I will say this. It didn't feel used because at one point the bit
feel used.
Well, at one point the bit became I had to stick my fingers in its mouth, and it felt dry.
Oh,
it felt dry, which was a relief.
Huge relief.
Yeah, because I was definitely like
huge relief.
Because it became to the point where the audience was like, you know what I mean? They were like, you gotta put it in his mouth, and so I put my fingers in his mouth. Thank God, dry. Thank God, dry.
Oh my God!
But that's how the show started, and then
that's how monkeypox started.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I might bring it to Austin. But that's
already here, brother.
Oh yeah, hopefully. What's it called? Yeah, and then the lineup was great. Like Genevieve Clinton, Alingon Mitra, and John Rudnitsky. They were all fucking murderers. And so like it was just like, and it just felt like, oh bro, we have legends. A show.
Austin is slept on.
Well, that's the thing. What's great about the show is that it is a lot of people. Like, if you were in the Austin comedy scene, like if you like the Austin comedy scene as a viewer, there are a lot of good shows in Austin, but it's still a small scene. You tend to see the same people. With Derek and I, with how long we've been doing it and the connections we've made in comedy, we were able to bring like, these are some killers that you don't normally see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
what was cool. It was like they were seeing a completely different show than they would have possibly seen.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's what set it apart. It's just like, no, this is a great show where it's like
this isn't people with a name getting a little check.
No.
People come through on tour and they're just like practicing for their bigger gigs.
No, these are a lot of these will be murderers that some of them you will have heard of, like some of them are big name, and some of them you'll be like, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
The amount of people that came up to me after, so when Alingon and then Rudnitsky, and the amount of people came up after me then was like, who the fuck were those guys?
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's what we want to be. We want to be like, bro, there's so much talent out here.
So much talent,
and
bro.
we just want to showcase, like,
you are showcasing it.
You know, like,
I
this
think
is
the
what
talent, it's already come together for you guys, and that Vulcan show is just like, I mean, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you guys.
I'm excited. I think we're gonna have, like, there used to be like you know, hold on. Sorry,
are comedians like asking you to come out on tour, or is that like literally what's about to happen? I feel like you're gonna have to leave Austin at some point.
I mean, so not this. So not this week.
Yeah.
This week I can record with you, but next week I'm going back to San Jose.
Let's go.
I'm going back to San Jose because I'm featuring for Sam Morril. It's a big name in comedy.
Come to the show. What's the show?
At the San Jose Improv, August 12th through the 14th. I'll be featuring for Sam Morril. And
nice.
Let's see, yeah. And then I'm going out. So all of September I'll be gone because I'll be featuring for Brian Simpson at the beginning of September in the Bay Area, that's where my parents live. That's why I go there a lot. And then at the end, I'll be doing shows with Chris D'Elia. So I'll be doing, and then so I'm just gonna stay out there for a month. So yeah, I am gonna be gone a lot. I'm about to be gone a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the Chris D'Elia shows maybe will be like, are those gonna be like theaters?
Yeah, those will be theaters.
Have you done those theaters before?
Not those specific theaters. I've done a couple theaters before, so I'm not like because a theater's a different game.
Is it?
A theater's different. Well, it's like because it's like everything has to be way slower. Because the laugh has to travel to the back of the room and come back to you.
Yeah.
So it's a lot slower. So whereas at a comedy club you could be like rowing fast.
Yeah.
At a theater it's all about rowing like in a smooth rhythm
Big
with
ones.
longer strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's a big you got to long stroke the theater. That's what my mom always told me.
That's facts.
Yeah.
You're gonna go long stroke it.
Yeah.
You and Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
You're gonna go DP some theaters.
Yeah. We're gonna, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna come out for some shows.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me?
Bro.
Come on. If you're starting to play like theaters with and open for like big comics, I'm
Right.
definitely gonna like come party and go to a few.
Oh, for absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so so I will be out coming up. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Incredible.
But like I still want to keep this monthly show here at in Austin is still gonna be like we're trying to make that like there used to be these big shows everywhere that were like if you were like Derek told me this if you were in Baltimore back when Monique was coming up like if you were on her show that was the cool thing.
Yeah.
You like and that's what we're trying to make Solid Comedy Show. We're trying to make that like bro it's the cool thing.
It is.
Solid is a cool thing. Like, let me tell you, this is for the comedy fans in here. Let me tell you the lineup for the Solid Comedy Show. And if you made it this far and you love comedy, you got to come on the show. It's me, Derek, Brian Simpson, Craig Conant, Jason Cheney. It is those, and for comedy fans, two of those names are huge. Brian and Craig. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Jason is one of those people like, bro, watch this dude.
Yeah.
This dude is something else.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's what we want. We want some people to be like, yo, who the fuck is that guy? If everyone,
I mean, yeah.
if every,
Those guys make it.
yeah, well, if people walk out of our show with a name of the comic they had no idea and they remember their name,
Yeah.
we win.
Oh yeah.
We win.
That's happening there's the Austin comedy scene, man, and what you guys are doing is like it reminds me of what Hollywood was like because I got to grow up in Hollywood when Bo Burnham was doing
Right.
stand up
Right.
and when like DeStefano came up and like Chris D'Elia came up.
Right.
He made fun of my friend Dylan O'Brien at the Laugh Factory. Dylan O'Brien went on to be a Maze Runner, and then
That's
D'Elia
crazy.
blew up. And you look back at these moments in little clubs, and you go, you know, me being a fucking old head, I go like, you know who's gonna make it, and they
Right.
do. And like
Right.
you and a few people like out of this Vulcan show are the next wave of comedians, and like you guys are having too much fun, bro.
Oh, dude, Austin's about to put out some like major, real deal comedians. Like
Yes.
I really like. You've never met Derek, but I do believe
I can't wait to come.
I truly believe
bro.
that he is about to blow up.
Fuck
He is
yeah.
about to blow the fuck up, and it's like
a blow up doll in the front.
yeah, like a blow up doll at our show. He's about to blow up, bro. All Austin needs is one comic from Austin to like truly blow up like that. And there is like a Hans Kim is another guy who's also blowing up right now.
I feel like people aren't gonna know they're from Austin though.
Eventually they will.
You think so?
Eventually they will. It's gonna be once they start blowing up. There's gonna be too many coincidences of like, yo, why are all these people from this place blowing up?
Yeah.
All these people, like it's just and
Tim
Austin.
Dillon should start to come show love instead of talking shit.
Ah,
I
no.
hope he comes to a show and like he could use his platform instead of using his platform to bring up the Austin comics who are gonna make it anyways.
Right.
He just shits on Austin.
But that's
is it just a joke?
I mean, maybe he truly feels that way, but it's like no press is bad press. The fact that Tim Dillon is actively shitting on
Talking about Austin helps
talking
you
about
guys.
Austin is
Okay.
is helpful.
Good.
Is helpful.
Yeah.
Is helpful. It's not like people are. It would be worse if Tim Dillon left and said nothing about Austin, because that
Facts.
truly meant Austin was nothing.
Facts.
The fact
wow,
that he's
that's crazy.
Yeah. The fact that he's talking about it means like there's something here. There's some kind of spark here.
Have
Whether-
you seen Rogan at Vulcan?
Yeah, I've seen Rogan.
Does he ever show up at like other nights or just his night?
I think when he first moved here, he would do other nights, but now that he does the Rogan and
He
Friends,
fell in love with Vulcan.
Yeah.
It's sick as fuck for them. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean Vulcan, and then once the Rogan Club opens, that's gonna be a whole different thing.
He's opening his own spot.
He's opening his own spot. It's gonna be
Sick.
right. It's near the Vulcan too. So like, and Vulcan's gonna keep running comedy. So like, comedy in Austin, like
Woo!
Austin is
Woo!
going to be the live.
It's the new West Hollywood, bro.
Well, yeah, or it's gonna be the live performance capital of the world.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can see great stand up, you can see unbelievable music,
Oh yeah.
unreal music here. So it's like, I mean, it's gonna be both, and both
Locally,
those things
music.
work harmoniously.
Quinn NFN,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Venson,
Mhm.
Luna.
I gotta look these up.
Whew. woo! I mean, Quinn NFN's already making over $1 million a year. Jackie Venson is the next Gary Clark Jr. She's the best young female guitarist in the country. And then you got Luna Luna, which is this like hugely phenomenal indie band,
Right.
and they're all these young acts in Austin are already blown up. Like
Right.
for them, it's crazy.
Things are going well.
It's cool to see all you guys crush it. I love it.
Yeah, the art scene here is good. The art scene here is good, so I'm excited about it. But
Cool.
I mean, I think you know what? Check out Austin. I think that's a good place to end. Like, bro, if you haven't come out to Austin, come out August 28th, guys. The sleeper cells that get the sleeper cells, the infidels that can, we're activating. We're
activating a sleeper cell.
We're
August
activating
28th.
a sleeper cell to August
go.
28th. You gotta come to the
Come to
show if you
Vulcan.
can't. Come to Vulcan, bro. That shit is gonna be fire.
Let's
I
go.
promise you. I promise you. You can help make that fire by coming out. Tickets aren't even on sale yet. I'm just telling you about it. Like, fucking.
It's the most
out.
fun thing, and to everyone, people like have been talking about like, oh, I saw the line at Vulcan on Saturday.
Right.
So get there early.
Yeah.
What he's not telling you is the line will literally be down the block. So
Yeah.
get there early.
Yeah, dude. Come to Vulcan, dog.
You're out
to
of
Vulcan.
touch, man.
Yeah.
You can't just be telling people to come.
Yeah.
The line was like literally down. Like people sent me pictures.
Yeah, you have to buy tickets for sure. You can't just come. You do have to buy tickets. That is part of it.
Make
so
a
I
plan.
guess make a plan to come to Austin. Wait till the tickets come out for us, and then buy it. Come to the show. This shit's gonna be fire.
Let's go.
See you soon, infidels. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Let's go.
Dope.